This is video number 2. There were no kings before the flood. The flood came in Noah's day. That was the day the flood came. That was the time it rained 40 days and 40 nights. At that time, it was in Noah's day. And the water got deep. Yes, it did. Got very deep. It covered all the mountains. And the boat floated just like God had planned it. Yep. There was one smart man back in that day, and his name was Noah. He was a righteous man. He was a wise man. Yep. Where are the wise men today? I really don't know. I guess they're sitting up in some, college waiting to teach tomorrow. Yeah, you can tell I'm laughing. That's where the wise men are. Yeah. You find them in Bible college. Or you just find them in college. Yeah, that's what you do. But there was a day, and the day came when God said, I've had enough. And that's when Noah went to work building that boat, and the boat did float. But we're way past the day of the boat floating. We're past the day of God telling Abram, your name will no longer be Abram, you're Abraham now. Kings will come forth from you. They did. Some real kings came forth from Abraham. But the King of Kings didn't quite come forth from Abraham. I'm talking about the King of Kings. The one you can read about in Matthew. The one who was born to be a king. His father's God. Yep. He couldn't call any man on earth father. But he could call one his father. One in heaven. And I'm telling you folks, there are some misguided people today. And there are people who refuse to be guided. God had a son, and he can do with a son whatever he desires to do. That's just one thing about the Creator. The Creator can create. Jesus didn't create anything but a stir. Yeah. He created a pretty good one the first time he preached in a synagogue after he came out of the desert. The wilderness. But I'm looking at Matthew right here, see. I got a page in the Bible that says Matthew on it. And it's in chapter 1. It talks about the birth of Jesus Christ. It doesn't start off with, well, the day God became a man. I get so sick of these things. There was a woman. Her name was Mary. She was found to be with child by the Holy Spirit. Now, is that difficult? Oh, I don't know. It's not that difficult if you can read English. Anyway, she was going to marry Joseph, and she was found to be with child by the Holy Spirit. And Joseph, her husband, being a righteous man, and not wanting to disgrace her, planned to send her away secretly. But when he had considered this, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream, saying, Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary as your wife, for the child who has been conceived in her is of the Holy Spirit. Now, folks, that don't leave room for anything else. Stupidity don't fit here. Don't be stupid. And the angel has appeared to Joseph in a dream and told him that she will bear a son, and you shall call his name Jesus, for he will save his people from their sins. Now all this took place to fulfill what was spoken by the Lord through the prophet. Now, did y'all catch that? It was spoken by the Lord through the prophet. Jesus has not said a thing. Jesus has not even been born and begun to breathe. Jesus has been conceived. And at this time, Mary is showing signs of being pregnant. Yep. Joseph awoke from his sleep, and he did as the angel of the Lord had commanded him. He kept her a virgin until she gave birth to a son, and he called his name Jesus. Don't change his name, folks. You don't want to mess with his name. I mean, this name is kind of like Abraham. You don't want to mess with Abraham. You don't want to mess with Jesus either. No. No. Jesus was born. He was born in Bethlehem in the days of Herod. Yep. And that begins Matthew chapter 2. Yep. I don't know how far we're going to get today, folks. But today's Sunday. Yep. Today is Sunday.